Hey, see, we gave the drivers probably a couple extra laps under caution. Make sure the engines were warmed up before we turn them loose. We get the 1 lap to go signal this time by. 8 laps the distance for all the qualifying heat races. The top 4 finishers will transfer to the A main. The top 3 get to redraw the 12 pills for the first 6 rows of tonight's A main. Couple of hot guns starting towards back. Mark Keegan and Chad Kemmenaugh, keep your eyes on them. Kane and Schroeder up front. This is a dandy. As we get ready to go, heat race number 1. There, the cone green's out and we're underway. Schroeder, just like that, grabs the lead down the back straightaway with Todd Kane in hot pursuit. Here comes Keegan, yellow flag. Yellow flag. We'll see if Keegan can get the same good start. He was working on the number 3 spot by the time the yellow flag came out. Watching, they must stay side by side till they reach the cone there in turn number 4. They're there, green's out. And again, it'll be Schroeder grab the lead. Keegan again on the move, mid-pack in the X, off of Ford. Schroeder and Kane up front, Mackey in the number 3 spot. Keegan gets it crossed up off of Ford and then gathers it back up. Schroeder taking the high side of turns 3 and 4. Now Keegan on the inside of Repke trying to move up into the number 4 spot. He takes the 4 spot away. Now he'll work on Mackey. Now Keegan dives down the inside, moves up into 3rd. He's going to draw pills. He stays there. Schroeder still up in front, but Kane staying right there in striking distance. We're halfway done. 4 in, 4 to go. Keegan still in 3rd. Mackey in the final transfer spot as Kemmenaugh tries to work his way through the field. Kemmenaugh moves inside. Repke takes over 5th. Chad Kemmenaugh has to move up another spot to get him a transfer position. Now Mark Keegan closed the gap on Todd Kane. Keegan trying to move into 2nd. Your leader coming up on the back end of the field as he gets the white flag, 1 to go. Final lap, Kemmenaugh still has to pick up another spot to go into the A. Keegan going to try for that 2nd spot, 3 and 4 off of 4. And you call that 2nd spot. Schroeder picks up the win and Kemmenaugh takes the 4th spot on the last lap. So how about that for Butch Schroeder? He picks up the win. Heat race number 1. Yeah, Chad's happy. Smith starts inside the 2nd row. This one in car number 4. And Jim Neer in that black 00. Look out for him. And Todd Heller in the 14H making his first start of the year. And Rodney Duncan off to a rough start this year. Maybe it'll prove here in this heat race number 2. And we're green. And Duncan just about catches Addison. The back of the pack had to get on the brakes hard and stops at yellow flag. And Rodney Duncan just about bought the farm on that one. And again, had to get on the brakes very hard. Start again the next time around. See what Danny Smith does. He got a good start that last time as he ducked way down at the bottom of the front stretch. Watch him set him up. Here they go. Jim Neer goes to top side of the racetrack and grabs the lead with Danny Smith right behind him in car number 4. Rocky Allen in third, Whitspin running fourth with Duncan in the number 5 spot. Now Danny Smith running right there with your leader. John Whitspin wants to draw a pill. Whitspin in the 5W. Trying to make a move around Rocky Allen, but Allen has nothing of it so far. Here comes Duncan on the outside. Rodney Duncan trying to catch both of them. Duncan in the white number 22 goes outside of Whitspin for 4th. And now he'll set up Rocky Allen. No, he'll go topside. Whitspin tries the bottom. Duncan will get the spot. Duncan up into 3rd. Allen now running 4th. Meanwhile, here comes your leader Neer. Neer and Danny Smith all by themselves running 1st and 2nd. Duncan now puts some distance between himself and Rocky Allen in that 3rd spot. Whitspin trying to close in. He wants to transfer. Off before this time, the white flag will be displayed. 1 to go. Final lap. Let's watch Danny Smith. He tries the outside, but Neer holds him off. Neer's your winner. Smith in the number 2 spot. 3rd spot will go to Rodney Duncan, and Rocky Allen will come home 4th in the 7X. Jim Neer in the double nothing takes home the winning. 2nd spot going to the 4 of Danny Smith. 3rd spot to the 22 of Rodney Duncan. In our feature event on opening night. Neitzel has a week underneath his belt here at Attica. Pace truck is off. We're set to go 8 laps of racing. Watch them as they get set to hit the cone. They're there, and we are green. Stover jumps out front in car number 2 with Neumeister chasing the 11 in. Blonde in the number 3 spot in car number 10. Look at the action, the back of the pack. So Stover up front, Neumeister running 2nd, Blonde in the number 3 spot. We have Chuck Wilson 4th in car number 31. Morgan with a little bit of a wheel stand down the front chute. They come by you now, and it's still your top 4 remain the same. Neitzel shoots up to the high side of 1 and 2. That gives some breathing room to Wilson. Now Wilson wants a piece of 3rd as he goes underneath Blonde. Chuck Wilson in the blue number 31 trying to take that 3rd spot away from Blonde. That's an important one. You get to draw the pill if you finish 3rd, and Wilson grabs the spot. Wilson hits the cushion hard down in turn number 1. So it's Stover up front, Neumeister in the number 2 spot. Wilson 3rd, now here comes Neitzel. Neitzel in car number 2 goes inside of Blonde for that final transfer spot, and he'll take it away. White flag out, 1 to go. As Wilson in a 31 moves up into 2nd. It's all Landon Stover up front, and he'll take the checkered flag. Stover's going to win it. 2nd spot with little Wilson, and Neitzel moves up to the number 3 spot. ahead of Ed Neumeister. Neumeister making the show in car number 11N. There he is, Landon Stover, your winner of heat race number 3 in car number 2M. A lot of changing positions those last couple laps. Finishing second, Chuck Wilson in car number 30. Drivers off to a good start this year here in the final heat race. Tim Kern, the 28, the 5i of John Ivey. First night out for the 16 car. Todd Kramer behind the wheel of that. Leonard Lee was with us last week. Back again. Had a good run last week. We'll watch him here in heat race number 4, and we're set. And we got one off the high side at turn number 1. Weaver in the 8S going to bring out the caution. All right, Tim Kern with a bold move on that first start as he went to the very top side of the racetrack, coming off at turn number 4 to move around your pole sitter. They look pretty good so far, and here they come. It'll be the 5M of Miller taking the early lead with Kern and Ivey side by side for the number 2 spot, and Duke's running 4th. Leonard Lee in the red number 16 goes the outside of the racetrack, and he sits in the number 5 spot. So Miller's up front, Kern in the number 2 spot as Lee slices in front of Dukes. Lee takes over the number 4 spot in the red number 16. Here comes Weaver in car number 8S. And Weaver puts a scare into Dukes as he pulled up alongside of him. John Ivey in the green 5i, trying to take over the 2nd spot, but Kern holds him off. Leonard Lee with a long ways to go in the number 4 spot. White flag is out. Final lap. Your leader working slower traffic. Ivey again trying to find something on the bottom. Off the turn number 4, Chester flag will go to Miller, Kern 2nd. Ivey in the number 3 spot, 4th spot will go to Leonard Lee in car number 16L. So there you have it, 16 cars locked into tonight's A main. Get the winner, the 5M of Scott Miller, 2nd spot going to Tim Kern in car number 28. If I could have your attention, please, Jason or Sandy Lozier. Jason or Sandy Lozier, please report to the main office. Get 8 cars, will take 5. Points leader, Mike Linder, outside of row number 3. 2nd in points, Scott Kralik, inside row number 3. Watch those 2 cars, here we go. Linder splits the difference, and he's already up to 2nd behind Brian Scott. So it's Scott up front, Linder running 2nd, Gibson 3rd, Polley 4th. Linder yanks the car to the bottom side now, follows up behind your leader, side-by-side battle for 4th. between Kralik and Gibson. Kralik will get the spot. Gibson trying to come back, get him on the inside. Up front, the battle for the lead. Scott holds off Linder. Potter runs third, Kralik fourth, Gibson fifth. Now Linder going to try the slide job in 3 and 4. He does. He has the lead at the halfway point. 4 and 4 to go. And just like that, Linder will check out. The only spot that matters right now that's up for grabs is the final transfer spot. Gibson in car number 3 and Scharfenberg in car number 99. Scharfenberg goes the inside in there, red and white number 99. That's for the last spot into tonight's A-Main out of this heat race, and so far Gibson holds him off. White flag out, 1 to go for your leader, Linder. The 3 for the final time off of 4, and Linder's going to win it. Second spot will go to Scott. Third spot to Potter, and the 28, the 21 of Kralik will come home fourth. Fifth and final transfer spot will go to the 3G of Gibson. So again, your top 5 finishing 5th, Gibson in car number 3, 4th spot going to 21 of Kralik. And so far in the drivers eligible for the event, the Ohio Scramble for all 410 feature winners in the state of Ohio. Kenny Jacobs winning at Eldora last weekend, and our 2 feature winners so far, Danny Smith and Dean Jacobs. We get set to go, heat race number 2. The field off her way, Vaccaro, your leader is car number 17, Vaccaro, with a feature win here on opening night. Larry Shear in car number 11, from the back to pack up to second. Gibson runs third, Foster fourth, Blaker in the number 5 spot. Oh, look out. Shear in the 11 goes off the top side of turn number 2. That'll cost him 2 spots. We're halfway done. Foster trying to take the second spot away from Gibson, while Vaccaro opens up almost a half-track advantage on the field. So it's Vaccaro all by himself up front as he gets the white flag this time. Gibson second, Foster third, Shear fourth, Blaker fifth. And he looked impressive in this one. Your winner, Troy Vaccaro. 3-car battle for second. We'll see how they shake out. It'll be Gibson, Foster, and Shear, with Blaker coming home fifth. So Troy Vaccaro picks up the win, heat race number 2. Gibson second, Foster in the number 3 spot. We'll run the 2B mains in the Super Sprint division. We're green. Armbruster takes the lead with Keegan trying to slip in that number 2 spot, and he does. Megan, that car pushing down the corner, but he holds on to third. Your leader coming up on the back end of traffic. It's still Armbruster as Moore about shoves it to the infield. Whoa, look at this. 3-wide battle for the number 3 spot. And Chris Lang going to come out on top on that deal in car number 29. So Armbruster and Keegan still have a good race going on up front of this thing. Jody Keegan on the inside of Armbruster, but Armbruster shuts the door. Here's the battle for third between Lang and Kralik. Keegan doing all he can to find a way around the leader, and white flag is out, 1 to go. Final lap. Fifth spot right now is Megan in the 44 off of 4. Armbruster going to win it. Keegan second. Battle for third spot, and it'll go to Lang over Kralik. Final transfer spot will go to Megan. 2 transfer, we go 10 laps. So Mackey and Wisbon on the front row. Repke and Heller row number 2. Clark, Adamson in the third row. Pittman and McClure in row number 4. They bunch up nice and tight. We're green. Wisbon takes the early lead down the backstretch. Heller shoots up in the number 2 spot in car number 14H. Now Alvin Repke in car number 99 moves in that number 3 spot. Top 2's all that matters. Rest are done for the night. Wisbon and Heller, that's who it is right now. Unless Repke in the 99 has something up his sleeve for Heller. Clark and Mackey battle for the number 4 spot, but that doesn't matter right now. Oh, here comes Repke in the 99 as he makes a charge at Todd Heller. Repke works the bottom of the racetrack, see if he gets a bite off at turn number 2. No, Heller holds him off. Now Repke tries to slide underneath him, and Repke will take the 2nd spot. So Wisbon and Repke, now your top 2. Your top 2 cars pull away from the rest of the field. You can just about put this one in the record books as the white flag comes out. We have 1 to go. Whoa, Repke slams the cushion down to turn number 1, got it up on 2 wheels. Gets her back down on all 4, hangs on, Wisbon will win it, and Repke will finish 2nd. So John Wisbin in car number 5W. In the 9. Last chance to make it into the grand finale, and here we go. Battle back there for the number 3 spot, getting hot and heavy up front. It's Weaver and Mann running first and second. Top 2 all by themselves, Morgan in third. Look out, middle of the pack here, cars bumping and banging. Tell you what, man, in car number 19, running right there with your leader. Morgan in third, Dukes fourth, Kramer fifth, Cheney sixth. Your leader looks at the cross flags. That tells them we're halfway done. 5 in, 5 to go. Oh, Brett Mann starts to close that gap on your leader. Will not let him go. Whoa, look out. Mann gets up high down in turn number 2, gets it crossed up. And he loses some ground to your leader, Weaver. Still not in danger, though, of losing a transfer spot. White flag is in the air, 1 to go for your leader, Weaver. Got a car off the high side of turn number 2. That's Cheney. Cheney on the horse track. Checkered flag, and Weaver will win it. Mann will finish second. And really, that's the only 2 cars that matter. So Paul Weaver and Brett Mann going into tonight's 25-lap main event. That does it. Here they come. Well, we'll try and stick it 3 wide off of turn number 2. Mark Lang in the 65 will lead lap number 1. Lang up front, Hogan in number 2 spot, Scharferberg third, Reinball fourth, Hetrick in the number 5 spot. The way they finish this, the way they'll tag the A main field. Detweiler doesn't look too healthy there in the 3D. We are halfway done. 5 in, 5 to go as Detweiler goes back to the pits in the 3D. Lang, your leader. Hogan in the number 2 spot. 3rd spot is Scharfenberg. Hedrick 4th. 5th is Reidenball in the 11th. Oh, a little slower cars has bound your leader up, and Hogan takes the lead. So Mike Hogan in the 75. Now your leader. Oh, baby. Now here comes Lang back at him. Oh, the handle temporarily going away on the 75 ride of Hogan. White flag. 1 to go. Into 3 off of turn number 4. Checkered flag out. Lang will win it. 2nd spot will go to Hogan. 3rd spot to Scharfenberg in the 99. Hedrick and Reidenball will be your final transfer car. Some noise as we get ready to go. Your 25-lap Super Sprint main event. I tell you, watch out. Jim Neer up on the front row in the 00. He's going to be one to watch in this one. Stover outside of him in the front row. You got Kane and Kern in row number 2. Keegan inside the 3rd row trying to pick up his first win of 1998. Danny Smith, a feature winner last week in car number 4. We're ready to go. Green flags out. We're underway. And it's Neer the 00 taking a lead down the back straightaway with Todd Kane and Tim Kern in tow off of 4. It will be Neer with a big wheel stand off of 4. Neer popped the front end up and he holds on to the lead. And Danny Smith bumps and bobbles down in turn number 2 and he falls back through the field. So Neer's up front. Kane in number 2 spot. Kurt runs 3rd. Keegan 4th. Ivy 5th. Coming off the pace on the front straightaway. As in just about another lap, your leader going to be coming up on the tail end of your field. So Neer your leader. Here he comes up on slower traffic. Kane running 2nd. Kern still 3rd. Keegan 4th. Ivy 5th. Miller in the number 6 spot. Then it's Duncan, Stover, Schroeder, and Neitzel. We'll see if lap traffic slows down your leader. Heavy traffic up in front of the 00 of Neer. Neer tries to slice his way between Kemenaw and Mann, and he does. Bold move as your leader goes into lap traffic. Now Keegan moves up into 3rd. Off the track is the 19 of Mann. Mann going back to the pits. So Neer working the bottom side of the slower traffic. Kane in the number 2 spot in car number 78. Side-by-side battle for 3rd. Keegan and Ivy. Kern now shuffled back to the number 5 spot. Off of 4 comes your leader, Jim Neer. Kane still sits in the number 2 spot in the white number 78. Keegan now puts some distance between himself and Ivy in the number 3 spot. Side-by-side cars in front of your leader, Neer. We'll see if Neer can try and get around him. Here comes Keegan inside. Kane battle for 2nd. Neer having problems getting around the 2 cars in front of him. Now Keegan shoots up in a 2nd around Todd Kane. A spin, Leonard Lee in the 16, spun in turn number 2. Leonard Lee in car number 16L brings out the caution flag as he stops over in turn number 2. Quick 10 laps in the record books. Looks like your lineup is set. It looks like Scott Miller's being pushed off out of the pit area. So most likely we'll give him the 1 lap to go signal next time around. Again, 10 laps in, 15 to go. Congratulations to B. Flood from right. All right, we'll see if the caution flag caused anybody any heartburn or if everybody's still running the way they were running before we went to caution, and we're green. And just like that, Neer opens the gap up again over Todd Kane as Keegan tries to move back up to that number 2 spot. Now Keegan takes a peek on the inside. Ivy gets up on the cushion, bounces around, still holds his spot though. Whoa! Keegan slides up in the number 2 spot as Kane about took it off the backstretch. Kane in 3rd, Ivy 4th. Now Duncan up in the number 5 spot. We've got Smith off the pace in car number 4. Yellow flag, 7X of Rocky Allen going back to the pits. Down. So just about halfway done. Neer taking him very slowly to the cone. Now he's on it. Whoa, look out. Smith and Leonard Lee there at the back of the pack just about got together. Top 3 stay the same. Neer up front. Kane in the number 2 spot. Keegan running 3rd. Ivy 4th. Duncan trying to go the outside of Kern. Kern shut him off on the front chute. Now Keegan with the slide job up around Kane. Keegan moves up into 2nd. Kane now 3rd, and Duncan goes around Kern. So Duncan moves into 5th. Mark Keegan in the X on the prowl as he now tries to close in on Neer. And it didn't take long. He's closed the gap. Neer going to the bottom side of slower traffic. Keegan tries to go top side. Keegan gets held up a little bit. That gives Neer some breathing room. Trying to get the 22 of Duncan back to the pit area. And we've got Weaver off the track on the back chute. Yellow flag. Yellow out. Green. Ought to be a dandy up front. Neer's on it, we're green. 7 laps to go. Keegan trying to stay right on the push bar of your leader, Near. Still Keen in third, Ivy fourth, Kern fifth. 5 laps to go, Signal giving that time by to your leader, Jim Neer. Jim Neer trying to take the Fisher chassis home to a win. Here comes Keegan. Keegan pulls right up on your leaders. They go down the front straightaway. Keegan again works them in the corner. Neer works the top side of turn number 2 down the back straightaway they go. Keegan trying to set something up on the bottom, but Neer will have nothing to do with it. Kern and Ivy side by side as Kern moves up into fourth. On the inside goes Keegan. Keegan takes the lead as they come down. Look at the white flag. 1 to go. Keegan with an inside move. Now Neer trying to slide job in turn number 2. They'll go side by side down the back stretch. Neer on the bottom. Keegan up on the top side. Off before they come. It'll be Keegan. Neer second. King first.
Check, 1, 2. Well, waited till he came down for the white flag, and as he ducked underneath Neer, coming off turn number 4 to pick up the win. So marketing Engler Machine and Tool, Ace Engines, a couple of sponsors on the X car.
Right, hurry up and take out that cheating stuff.
So we'll get him a drink of water here. Tough duty out there as he had to work for that one. So the crew checking out the tire pressure and everything as we get him to come around the side here. There he is, race fans, your future winner, Mark Keegan. Mark, oh my God, that was fun to watch up here. Was that fun on the racetrack?
Well, I'll tell you what, when you got a group of guys like we got here, Jim Neer and Todd Kane and them guys, it's really fun to race with them because you can race clean and you know they'll race you clean and it's just a lot of fun.
Tell you what, boy, you struggled with Todd there for a lot of laps. Seemed like every time you passed him, we had a yellow flag, you had to get stuck back behind him. Do you ever think you'd get around him for good?
Well, yeah, the cautions hurt us a little bit. I needed longer runs, and it's a good thing we had 8 laps there at the end, or I wouldn't have beat him.
Tell you what, Mark, who all puts this deal together and makes it work for you?
Well, I got to thank my brother Larry, Bill Reinbold, Kevin Green is a new guy this year, and he's doing a real fine job. I need to thank Kier Speed Shop, Midwest Auto Transport, Fremont Fence, Burns Electric. I'll tell you, in Ace Engines, I'll tell you what, without all their help, it wouldn't be possible.
You ready for next weekend for the All-Stars?
Well, it's looking better all the time.
All right, congratulations, your future winner, Mark Keegan.
Both Gressman and Linder with 18 career feature wins in Econo sprints. Some guys trying to spoil the party. We're green. Linder's in third. Linder third, Keegan fourth, Vaccaro. The number 5 spot, Potter's off the pace in car number 28. As is Keegan. Keegan gets up to the high side, yellow flag. Our car spun over in turn number 3. Okay, Bill Kralik in the 71 gets set to put this field back into motion. And Linder sweeps around Armbruster in the number 2 spot and now looks the inside of Kralik. Linder goes the outside of turns number 3 and 4 and grabs the lead. Well, that didn't take long as Linder sets up shop in front over Kralik Armbruster as Vaccaro and Scott Kralik go side by side for the 4th spot. Mike Linder still out in front. Bill Kralik second. Armbruster runs third. Scott Kralik fourth. Scott fifth. Vaccaro, Foster, Gibson, Lang, and Blaker. Scharfenberg off the pace in car number 99. Scharfenberg going back to the pits. Your leader continues to dice through lap traffic. Bill Kralik in the 71 staying sort of close. Armbruster shoves his story through lap traffic. And he about hit Meggett down there in turn number 1. Yellow flag, yellow flag. The 37 of Brian Scott heading back to the pit area. Eight laps to go on the backstretch. We're back underway. So Linder, then you have the 71 of Bill Kralik, Armbruster in the 73. Scott Kralik in car number 21. Runs fourth. Fifth spot is Vaccaro in car number 17. Oh, look out. Things getting wild and woolly there in the middle of the pack. Five laps to go. Blaker in the HA goes pit side. Armbruster now closes in on Kralik for the second spot. Armbruster at the top side in the purple 73. Good fight for second. Armbruster again looks to the outside, and this time he'll have it. Armbruster grabs second. The pair of Kraliks running third and fourth. The white flag is out, 1 to go. 1 lap left as Armbruster tries to close the gap on Linder. Off 2 down the back straightaway. The lap car messes up Armbruster. That it should give it to Linder. Off of turn number 4. Linder will win it. Armbruster second. Bill Kralik third. Scott Kralik fourth. Vaccaro fifth.
Tell you what, ace engines have ruled here in the open wheel class. Another ace engine under the hood of Mike Linder's car, and there he is. Mike Linder, your feature winner. Hey Mike, did you know that that feature win put you ahead of Phil Gressman, now that you're all-time feature win leader in the Econo Sprint division?
Well, the only thing is Phil did that in a couple of years. It's taken us about 5. Phil's a great racer. It's really his record, but we'll take it. Happy to be here.
Tell you what, the car was running good, and Armbruster closed in on you there at the end. Did you slow down, or what happened there at the end?
Yeah, I fell out of the seat again. Last lap, I thought I saw a blue car on the outside. I didn't know if it was a 340 car or if that was second place car. But just happy to win. Got going, got out front fairly early, and got by a 71 car, got in the lead, tried to take it a little easy, and about got snookered there at the end, I guess. But I got to thank all my sponsors. Ace Engines, they carried a tire driver to victory lane again. My dad, he sets the car up so that when I do get tired, it still handles well. Bud's Tavern, John, we need you to come down for your picture. First night on the car, I want to thank him. B&D Automotive, England Printing, The Race Place, Pro Shocks, everybody. All my crew, Darren Rice, Harvey, my brother Steven, Steph, my sister, Mom, Dad. I'm probably forgetting somebody, but thank every one of them.
All right, congratulations. Mike Linder, your Econo Sprint feature winner.
Couple of cars not able to answer the bell. We'll go with what we have. And the green flag is out. Well, the guys that started towards the middle of the pack on the move in a hurry up towards the front. Mays, your leader, Paul second, Affiliator third. Affiliator off the pace in car number 58. Yellow flag. At the cone on the backstretch. We're green. like that, Art Ball grabs the lead away from Mays. Mays tries to come back on the inside, can't do it. Yellow flag. Three down, a dozen to go. So it's our ball. Mays in second. Aikman runs third. Fourth is Smith in the 94. Fifth is Brickner in car number 711. Yellow flag. Smith taking a look at that number 2 spot. Steinmetz moving up on the 711 of Brickner. Steinmetz trying to move up into fourth. Yellow flag. All right, cross your fingers. Hope we get these last ones in without a caution. Steinmetz moves the infield in car number 77. Halfway done. Side-by-side battle for third between Brickner and Smith. He just about chalked this one up for our ball. May still runs second, Smith third, Brickner fourth. This time off of turn number 4, your leader will get the white flag. 1 to go. Final lap. Ball sends it down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Off of turn number 4, checkered flag out. Ball's going to be your winner. Second spot will go to Mays. Third to Smith, fourth to Brickner, and Fickley will hang on to the number 5 spot.